Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I'm Robert and this is gonna be one of my builds. The playback that I'm looking at, it's a bit choppy. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should have restarted my computer. But today's build is gonna be a pretty quick build. So last week we did the viaduct stuff. And I noticed there were some issues. Mainly there was an issue with the transportation, but I figured that might be fixed when the new rail station connection starts to kick in. And so I focused more on the services, which is why I titled the video like this. And I've installed a bunch of new services. I actually did that like 3 episodes ago, but I never got around to building them. So this time I wanted to see what I could make with them, because there are some fractionally angled buildings that I found that they are made by Met325B. And what is fractionally angled? Well, in Simcity, in classic Simcity, I guess when you go back to Simcity 2000, you used to only have like 4 directions of road building. It's mainly 2, but when you have a point, then you can go into 4 directions, I guess. So that's orthogonal. And in Simcity 3000, I think, or maybe it was in 4000 actually, that they added diagonals for roads, and then with the network adder mod we got diagonals for streets as well. And fractionally angled networks are that same idea, but then here you can see a bit that I'm going to build. So there's some in-between angles, in between the diagonal and orthogonal. So, and this building fits there. As you can see, this is a small, I don't know, I don't think it's that small. It's a small hospital. I skimped down. I cheaped out on the ambulance funding, because I'm just planning to build another one on the other side. And I think it's financially more efficient to just build a bunch of hospitals with no ambulance funding. It's not realistic, of course, but then it's not even realistic to be allowed to just cut all the ambulance funding in a freaking hospital. I don't know. They should have made at least I'm gonna assume that some basic ambulance services are included in the base price of the building. I don't know. I'm not really looking for realism, I guess. I just wanna not cripple my city. Because if you spend like $1,000 on ambulance and school bus funding and stuff like that, then you're gonna be unless you have a high density city, that's just not gonna, and that's not really gonna be viable. And when you do have a high density city, at least if you use vanilla buildings, then you're gonna need so many hospitals and stuff. It doesn't make sense to crank up the ambulance funding. So if I were to remake SimCity 4000, I don't think it's a big priority to fix the ambulance and the school bus stuff, but it would be something that I would do differently, I think. Because as it is, it's just a bit of a noob trap, because when you're new, you don't turn down the ambulance and hospital funding, you just let it sit there. And that means that you're just putting yourself in a position where you are spending way more money on ambulance and hospitals and education than you should be doing. And as a kid, I definitely struggled with that stuff. And even as an adult, when I first started playing this again, I really had to think about why my financials were so bad. Alright, here I'm trying to make a fractionally angled T intersection. By the way, I did do a video about fractionally angled grids, I think. I don't know. I did one that's called Angles, where I just built a big circular road network with all kinds of different pieces of angles. And I think I did explain how to build those in there. I'm not sure. But yeah, I did a tutorial on them, on draggable fractionally angled networks, which is like a separate video. So if you're looking to learn how to build with these, because I did the video because I noticed how much of a struggle it was for me to learn how to build these, and I did look for a tutorial and I just couldn't find one. So in the end I just figured, well, I guess I'll just learn it myself and then do a video about it, because I am doing this YouTube thing. But yeah, my YouTube channel isn't a very big channel, so I can appreciate if you haven't seen that and don't know how to build these roads. But yeah, there's some... I don't know if it's a nice video. I think it's a pretty informative video at least. I don't know. I think my videos have been evolving over the past year and a bit, and they're still evolving, so I'm not gonna... I think I'm well, evolving, I don't know. I think what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to improve my stuff, you know, and I'm trying to innovate. And well, the main improvement that I've achieved recently would be that my videos aren't 1.5 hours long, and they are a lot closer to something that I would want to watch in terms of length, because I mean, I do like the super long videos when I'm just about to go to bed or something, and I'm just looking for something that is yeah, slow and relaxing enough to help me get into the mood of going to bed. But I don't know, when I'm getting home from work or something, I don't really want to watch a 1.5 hour video of somebody building a city. So yeah, in the start I started doing a bunch of editing and stuff, but then I just filmed for 4 hours or something like that, and then edited that down to 1 hour, so it will still be a 1 hour video. Then I cut some out at some point, start cutting out. But yeah, the cutting, it was pretty difficult for me to, because I haven't really gotten any education in the field of video editing or stuff like that. So yeah, I had to figure out how to efficiently work, yeah, make an efficient workflow, I suppose is what you'd call it, if you were trying to be pretentious. I had to structure my workflow in a way that I was able to do the editing without it taking too long. So I needed to learn what the most efficient way of applying an edit that I desired was. And I think I did a pretty good job on that. And then I wanted to do some opening titles and stuff. And at first, I don't know why I'm just doing like a recap of the last. Well, then I wanted to do some opening titles, and I at first was like, yeah, maybe just do some text and it's fine. And now I'm trying to do these 3D text stuff, and I've been iterating over those 3D text stuffs, and I've gone a bit back to an earlier iteration, but with some different settings. And yeah, the thing is that they, if you do them, if you're not careful, they take a lot of time to render, and they slow down your video editing program when watching them. So I had to redo that a bit in order to reduce the amount of calculations needed to make those. And I also think the new lighting effect is a bit nicer. It's just the first 5 seconds of the video, but yeah, I kind of assume that if I want people to enjoy my videos, I need to convince them to give them a chance in the first place. So that's why I'm trying to fancy out on the start of the video. And for those who didn't notice, I also crank up the color space a bit in order to make it a bit less dull, because even though it looks pretty nice, I think this game looks very nice, even especially with the terrain mods and stuff. It does look a bit bland, or I don't know, it looks a bit boring maybe, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you find. It doesn't look like something a kid would get excited about, let's just say it like that. And I'm not really trying to attract kids towards these videos, but we're all a little bit of a young person on the inside. I think, well, yeah, I think we all have like a bunch of childish traits that we still have. Yeah, we just kept that, and maybe that's just being human, that we still have some parts of us that are less adult than we pretend to be sometimes, maybe. So yeah, I'm just trying to appeal to some of that younger parts of ourselves that are still dormant within us. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, so here I decorated the plants a bit. When I was doing that, I thought I was gonna be talking about that, but then I'm doing this voiceover and I'm just not talking about it, I guess. Here I'm trying to unglitch these rocks, and yeah, it didn't really work out, so I decided maybe I'll do some bigger rocks and let's see how that works. And a bit of glitching is alright. It's not very noticeable, and I'm trying to add some plants to break the flow of the stuff a bit. It's pretty hard to get some plants to fit in between those. You really need to use some plants that have a very small hitbox, or maybe I should have just done one layer of rocks, then some plants, and then just fill in the gaps a bit more. I don't know, I haven't figured out that yet. I haven't really done a lot of those kind of rocky faces, but I think it looked kind of nice. And here I wanted to yeah, get some historic religious representation, I guess. So I didn't like the base game's religious buildings. I tried to also find a bunch of synagogues and mosques and stuff, but they either had a poor level of detail or they were super big, so I didn't really install any alternative religions. To be frank, I don't believe in any of those religions. So that I'm building this one is just because I'm from Europe and we tend to have churches. And I think that's why those are more prevalent, because people making these mods are often from places where they see those buildings. And we tend to be inspired by our environments. So this has been the build of today. It's a very small build. It's like a library, a museum, and a hospital, and a church. I hope my Sims are happy. I hope you guys are happy. Let me know what you think about this build. And yeah, I hope you have a nice week. I'll probably be posting another video on Sunday. I don't know. We'll have to see. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.